Hey, what's up, guys? JD from Best MMA Picks here. Starting a live broadcast. We're going to break down UFC Fight Night 89. Stephen Wonderboy Thompson versus Rory MacDonald. It's taking place in Ottawa, Canada. And coming off of it was a really wild card this last night with the Rockhold versus Bisping 2. Very wild night for UFC bettors. If you were betting mostly favorites, you were losing big time. We minimized some of the damage there. A lot of really unpredictable things happened. We cashed two really large props. You can take a look at those on our Twitter or on Capper Tech. We got Dustin Poirier within the distance. That was almost 3-1. We also got Henderson by TKO KO. That was almost 6-1. And they were pretty sizable bets. So that kind of kept us out of the woods there. I mean, I think we took a small loss overall because of the really horrible undercard, but we came through with some of those prop bets, got back a lot of our money. So we were really thankful for that. Nobody, I don't think, saw Rockhold losing the way that he did. I did talk about it, though, with his chin being suspect. People criticized me for that, but, hey, nobody's invincible. I don't care how strong you think somebody is. You hit them the right way, they're going down. So we're going to get this show started here. I got to crack open a Blue Moon here because I'm thirsty and it's hot. It's about 92 degrees here, so I'm down in the man cave. And one more thing, I want to shout out to my boy, part of the Sharks group, Beans Enabler Blue. He cashed a live, I believe it was a live bet, 10-1, Michael Bisping by TKO KO, and he also cashed on my prop, the Dan Henderson KO prop. And the odds are just too good on that. I mean, too much power in Henderson's hands, and as we saw, But hey, you can't expect to win them all. We maybe got a little lucky there, but I think Henderson's always been a legend. But anyway, we're gonna get down to business here. But make sure that you check out our portal page that we just brought up. That portal page has all of the links that you need to get started betting MMA or doing predictions and picks. Draftkings, what have you. And make sure you're following us on the Twitter. That's where a lot of our action happens. And if you need a good sports book to bet, I highly recommend 5dimes.us. That's our link from 5dimes.us. And it's also in our description. It really helps support our channel with you guys signing up through that link that we have. So, we try to do this for free. We want to keep it free. That's the whole main goal here. And we appreciate all the support, the thumbs up, everybody that's giving us thumbs up, leaving your comments, your suggestions, your picks. We love to hear advice. Thank you for the corrections once again. So with that being said, let's get this show started here. All right, so hopefully people can hear me okay. Here we are. Main card. We're going to do the main card predictions today. This is a rebroadcast off of a horrible broadcast that I had a couple days ago. I don't know what the hell was going on with our channel, but we had some static interference, so it was not good. So I'm going to break down the main card, the top 5 fights, and then I'm going to give the gut predictions for the rest of the card. I'm going to move real quick through these, try to get as much info as I can to you guys. All right. So starting for the bottom now we're here. Let's see. We'll start here. Well, I'm not sure which one's going to be part of the main card here. I believe that this is where we're going to start. Valerie Letourneau versus Joanne Calderwood. Not going to spend a whole lot of time here. Joanne Calderwood and Valerie Letourneau have both faced different levels of competition for the most part. The common opponent that they both have had was in Marina Moroz. Both of these gals had a really tough fight with Marina Moroz. The one who came away victor was Valerie Letourneau. Joanne Calderwood actually lost to Marina Moroz. So there's kind of a comparison point there. You can't compare over time with the improvement of Marina Moroz, but you can kind of compare a similarity there with the fighting styles and how each woman fared against her as far as the level of competition. I would have to give an edge to the striking department with Valerie Letourneau, given that she's fought against the champion. She's actually been in a title shot. Calderwood's no joke, though. She's definitely capable of winning this fight, but I have to go with Valerie Letourneau to defeat Joanne Calderwood by decision. Next fight, we have Olivier AubinMercier versus Thibaut Gowdy. Looked at some film on both these guys. I already am familiar somewhat with AubinMercier. I think he's a solid fighter. He fights out of Canada, TriStar, one of Firas Zahabi's pupils. Thibaut Gowdy, fighter out of France. I believe that he's training out of American Top Team. I don't think I got this one. Let's see here. Where are you? Boy, this is all kinds of jacked up. I don't know what in the hell is going on with this. There it is. All right. So let's see here. He's fighting. No, he's at a big team. France. I don't know why I wanted to say American Top Team. I think, actually, no, that's Valerie Letourneau, I believe, training out of American Top Team now. Getting my fighters mixed up. God damn it. I hate ads. And no, I don't have software to take care of the ads. I had a troll that was commenting about that. God damn it, this is ridiculous. Maybe I do need software to take care of these ads. SureDog is just full of ads. I'm just going to shut this down here. All right. So, going back to our UFC page here. Thibaut Gowdy, Olivier AubinMercier. The way that I see this fight going down, really simple. We've got a guy who likes to drop his head. He gets clipped a lot. Overwhelming amount of absorbed strikes per minute. Significant strikes absorbed per minute at 15. That's unreal to me. AubinMercier is he's working on his striking. He's not the best. He's gotten a lot better. He's going to just keep improving the more that he fights and the more he trains. He's a ground fighter. That's his bread and butter. I see him taking this fight to the ground. I see him being able to control and dictate where the fight goes. There's possibility he could get KO'd on the feet, but I think he's too smart of a fighter to allow that to happen. I also think that Coach Firas is going to have a good game plan to keep him from getting tagged with a good defense. So my prediction here is for Olivier AubinMercier to defeat Thibaut Gowdy by TKO, ground and pound. I don't know which round it's going to be, but I'm assuming probably the second round. Next fight, got Steve the Boss Bossa versus Sean O'Connell. Sean O'Connell is a walk-on athlete. He's a walk-on football player, collegiate football player in Utah, several different universities. He's a very athletic guy, definitely raw talent, raw athleticism here. He's fought quite a bit. He's got a 17-7 professional record, but definitely a lot more of a room for an improvement with him as far as his fighting. Steve Bossa is also a natural athlete, hockey enforcer, been, famous for his fights in hockey, and now he's taken it to the octagon. Another one of the TriStar MMA guys. This guy, he kind of came into the UFC on a rough patch, with his being TKO'd by Thiago Santos. That was just a really good Thiago Santos, in my opinion. Bossa is definitely game against any guy. He's got big time power in his hands. Got coming off of a knockout win, which we called. He was the underdog 2-1. We were on that play, of course, because we love our underdogs. And I see this one going similar. I think he's going to keep moving on up. I think he's a good fighter. People kind of discredited him there because he got knocked out in such a dramatic fashion. But I see him getting the chin and finding the chin of Sean O'Connell. He's only lost twice. 82% of his wins have been by knockout. I see it happening again here. I'm going with first round knockout, Steve Bossa. Got Donald Cowboy Cerrone, Patrick the Predator Cote. This fight really kind of worries me a little bit, honestly. It leaves me with an uneasy feeling with Patrick Cote because every time that I bet against Patrick Cote, I have lost. And I have not given him the proper respect that he deserves as a fighter. And I think a lot of people have overlooked Patrick Cote. He's flying pretty low under the radar. And here he is, like, knocking on the door for an eventual title shot. And I could see it happening here. If he gets a victory over Donald Cerrone, I could see him getting that title shot. Kind of would have came out of nowhere. There's just so much crazy shit that's happened in fighting nowadays that I wouldn't put it past anything for him to, get a KO or a submission or anything. I mean, very capable fighter. But I see this going one way, and I see it going the way of Cowboy Cerrone. I think both these guys are really hungry, but I could see this one being possible fight of the night candidate. I'm going with my logic here for Donald Cowboy Cerrone to defeat Patrick Cote by decision. I think Patrick Cote has a skill set to ward off submissions and defend himself well. He's got a black belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, if I remember correctly. I think he actually holds 3 different black belts. Just confirm that real quick. Patrick Cote, the Canadian. And keep in mind, this fight is also in Canada. So we've got a black belt in Muay Thai, black belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, and a black belt in Judo. So this guy's got credentials. People don't know about this stuff about Patrick Cote. And he's fighting out of Canada. So as we know, Canadian judges, definitely not like judges in England or Brazil, but they have in the past favored Canadians. Okay. And this guy is Canadian, and being, the crowd can swoon the judges. It's happened. We've seen it. Okay. Maybe worth an underdog bet if he's at 2 or 3 to 1. Okay. Take a look at that one. All right. We've seen too much crazy shit happening nowadays. Patrick Cote is a good fighter, but I'm going with Cerrone here. I think Cowboy's going to get the job done. I think he's going to get it done by decision. That's how it's going to get done. All right. And the main event, we got Rory MacDonald versus Stephen Wonderboy Thompson. This is going to be a good one. I'm very excited for this. And this may be the only time that you ever get Stephen Thompson at close to even odds ever again, because I believe that this guy is going to be the next either title shot or I believe he's going to be the champion someday. I really do. I think his striking is on a different level than anybody in the UFC as far as welterweights are concerned. I don't think anybody can compete with this guy in the striking department. Not even Robbie Lawler. Not even Rory MacDonald. And I believe that we're going to see this. I'm going to make the bold prediction of the night. Stephen Wonderboy Thompson to defeat Rory MacDonald by a dramatic first round KO or TKO. He's gonna put him out cold. Rory MacDonald is a tough ass guy. As we've seen, he just went 5 rounds with Robbie Lawler and just completely his face got smashed in. Also, when a guy comes off of a loss with taking that much damage, the way that he did, you've got to keep in mind that the guy took so many shots to the head. I don't know how many it was, but it was a ridiculous amount. Every time you get hit in the head, that's further damage. Okay. Some guys don't come out of that the same. So keep that in mind. People are giving Rory MacDonald way too much here. Okay. He's got great heart, but he may not be the same fighter. We may see a different Rory MacDonald It just depends. I think that he's a killer. I think that he's got a killer's mentality. But man, after all that damage he took from Robbie Lawler, who knows what his chin's going to be like? He could be an easy KO. But historically speaking, he's never really been beat as bad as he got beat. So I'm going with the fresher fighter here. I'm going with the guy who doesn't get hit. I'm going with the guy who hasn't taken as much damage. I'm going with Stephen Thompson. KO TKO first round. And I might prop that one too. We'll see. I don't know. I gotta think about it some more. Rory MacDonald is definitely, he's definitely one of the guys that I think could beat Thompson. But I think Thompson's gonna be prepared. One thing that you also have to keep in mind, this is the devil's advocate side with this fight, is Firas Zahabi has a podcast on TriStar Gym. You can check that one out. A lot of good info there. He breaks down almost every main card or main event fight. I actually got my bet on that one from his channel after he was the one who solidified my opinion on Stephen Wonderboy Thompson being the one who's going to become the victor between him and Hendricks. And Wonderboy Thompson, he studied a lot of footage on Wonderboy Thompson. So you better believe that Coach Firas is he's gonna be coming in with a good game plan for Rory against Thompson. He's gonna find the little chinks in his armor and he's gonna try to exploit them. Now, Stephen Thompson could get the job done really quick and not have to worry about that. But I do believe that it's gonna be a pretty even fight. I think the odds makers have this one somewhat correct. I'd probably put Stephen Thompson at a -150. That's what I personally would put him at, and Roy MacDonald at a 125-ish. But, definitely we could definitely see an upset, or we could definitely see MacDonald win this one. So only time will tell, but that's my prediction. And I'm going to go do the gut picks real quick for you guys, starting from the bottom. Chris, the real deal Beal, and Joe Soto. This one's a pretty even match. I think this is going to be a good fight. Gosh, this is a tough one. I don't know why, but I feel like Chris Beal's going to come away with this one. I'm going with Chris Beal here as an underdog. I think Joe Soto's going to be favored. I'm going with Chris Beal to defeat Joe Soto by decision. Ali Bagautinov versus Gene Herrera. Going with Bagautinov. I think he's a much better fighter. Gene Herrera is no joke. He's good. I'm going with Bagautinov, the guy with more experience. Alex Garcia, Colby Covington. I wasn't impressed with Alex Garcia's last fight. He just looked flat to me, and hopefully he learned from his mistakes in that last fight. I was very disappointed. Man, this one's a tough one for me to pick. I'm going to go with the better, stronger wrestler. I'm going with Alex Garcia to defeat Colby Covington by decision. Randa Marcos versus Jocelyn Jones-Lybarger. I'm going to go with... I'm not sure on this one. I'm going to go with Jocelyn Jones-Lybarger to defeat Randa Marcos. I'm not sure on this one. I'm not super familiar with these gals. I got to do a film study before I place a bet. But I'm going to go with Jocelyn Jones-Lybarger. Elias Theodorou versus Sam Smiling Alvey. This one's going to be a pretty even match, I think. But I'm going to go with the guy with the better record. The more technical guy, I guess you would say. Going with the Spartan here. Being that he's in Canada, he's at home. I think he's going to put on a show for the fans and for his, fellow Canadians. So Elias Theodorou versus by decision. This one is one that I'm really looking forward to here. Tamden, the Barn Cat McCrory versus Christoph Jocko. This is going to be one hell of a fight, I believe. Tamden McCrory, he's gotten several victories by KO, TKO. He's a newer fighter that's flying low under the radar. I really like the guy. He's got an awesome personality. I just love his nickname. And he just seems like an all-around class act guy. Oh man, I want to take the Barn Cat so bad here, and I might regret saying this, but I believe that he might have a hard time getting Christoph Jocko to the ground. It's gonna go one. This is a grappler versus striker matchup, but no joke, Tamden McCrory has abilities on the feet as well, so you can't count him out of the fight there. But I definitely think there's a major striking advantage for Jocko here. Oh boy, I don't know he's gonna get Jocko to the ground. It's hard for me to say. Jocko's got an amazing takedown defense at 89%. But if it gets to the ground even once, we could see a finish. So, gosh, man. I'm going to go with the Barn Cat here. I'm going to go with – this is a bad matchup for the Barn Cat, but I think the Barn Cat's going to come away the Barn Cat. There's a reason why you call a Barn Cat a Barn Cat. It's because the fucking Barn Cats, they obliterate all the other cats. So I think the Barn Cat's going to get it done and live up to his name. I'm going to go with the Barn Cat as the underdog here to defeat Christoph Jocko by submission. And I think it's probably going to be late, and he might be down on the cards. We'll see. Misha Cirkunov versus Ion Kutalaba, who I'm not familiar with at all. He's a Russian knockout artist, apparently. He's also a combat sambo guy. I think he's a master in sports and combat sambo. I got to look into that one a little further. Misha Cirkunov, ground fighter with some decent stand-up. This fight, I think it's going to be a heavy favorite. He's going to be heavily favored. Cirkunov is. I'm going to go with Cirkunov here. I think he's going to get the job done, but I think it's going to probably be closer than what odds makers indicate. But I think he'll still come away with the nod or finish. So Cirkunov by submission. Cirkunov by decision. Oh, boy. I don't know. I'm going to go with Cirkunov here by submission. Jason Sago versus Leandro Silva. This one should be an interesting one. I'm going with Sago at home. I never have been impressed with Silva. He did get a victory, I think, his last fight. But I just never – he comes out flat sometimes. So I'm going with Sago here. I think he's going to have some momentum in his favor. I think he's going to be fired up being at home. So I'm going Jason Sago. I'm going by submission. He's never won a decision fight. He's finished every single fight. Every time he's lost, which were only 2 times, it was by decision. So I don't foresee this one going to the cards. I think Sago's going to get the job done. I think it's going to be by submission. But we'll see. Silva will be a hard guy to put away on the ground anyway. All right, so that about does it for our gut picks. Hopefully you guys enjoyed these. Once again, sign up for our Facebook group. There's a lot of great conversation going on in there. And then there's also a secret group, the UFC Sharks group, that I'm a part of. Mitch Williams is the one who has that one going. But it's an exclusive group. So you got to kind of prove yourself to get in it, have some kind of a track record. And you can get in my group, start posting some pics and stuff like that. If you're good, you'll get picked out of that group, probably moved into the Sharks group. So, come check us out. It's facebook.com/groups/best MMA picks. All the links to every one of our social medias is in the description in the portal page, bestmmapicks.com/portal-page. Give us a thumbs up, please. It helps our channel. Leave us a comment. Leave us your picks in the comments below. Let us know what you think. And we will see you at the cash window. Thank you for tuning in tonight, guys.